Hi, 1 year no beer, how are you? I just thought, with my year coming up, I know a lot of people have had years, but I've done a couple of videos recently and I know there's a lot of new people on, so I just thought every day up until every day this week until Tuesday, I'll just do a little video, don't know what that is, just to give you some of my highlights and lowlights. Different, some days they might be high, some days they may be low, because I just know there's a lot of new people on, and when I was where you are now, this time last year, that saying I keep saying, I cannot tell you how much people like, Mark, Amy, Jennifer, I mean, I was doing it with Rita, and people who you're doing it with, God, there's so many people, Carl, that were just doing it and had done the year, and it just helped massively. And some people who did the year and left, hugely helped, because I used to look at them and I used to think, yeah, well, that's really good, thanks, but I can't imagine me doing that. I really can't imagine doing a year. But the fact that so many normal people were doing it and going about the business, I thought, well, it can't be wrong. It's got to be doable. And because I'm a competitive little shit with myself, I thought, right, come on. And once I got to the 90, I thought, right, I'm doing a year. But I didn't know I was doing the year until literally day 92. I knew I was doing the 90 at about day 26. I committed to do the 90, and it was just, that was it. Game on, game on. So I just want to, for you early starters, I feel really quite passionately about it. Just keep going, because there are things that are going to come up that are going to take you by surprise, and I'm going to talk about very briefly. I'm not very good at very brief, so I'll be brief, because I've got an appointment in 20 minutes. But one of my highlights, I think one of the areas where I've been most proud, and it shocked me and it just came out of the blue, was in September. So I'd done 9 months, so I was well in. I knew I was going to do my 365. Once I committed to the 365, I knew I wouldn't drink. That was the difference. I'd committed in my head. Why I couldn't do that with chocolate, God only knows, but that'll be another video. And I did, so I knew I wouldn't drink, but it still doesn't stop all the shit happening and you desire and you want, So it was in about September, and it's when my middle son, Joe, is 18, went to university. When my eldest son went to university about 3 years ago, I wasn't that bothered, because he'd had a year in Thailand, and that's when I did my crying after his A-levels. He was doing charity work. So when he went to uni in Leicester, I thought, all right, sure, I'll see you at Christmas. Whatever. Nothing the same. But when Joe went, oh my God, it knocked me for six. I could get upset even thinking about the video I did, and I'd left the house and we took him, came back, and then the very next day Sam went to work, Nancy was at school, and I was left in the house on my own, and I went and sat on his bed and I cried and cried and cried and cried, and I sat on this big beanbag next to his desk, and I felt bereft. And I remember coming in here into this conservatory, I sat on that sofa there, because I look a state today. I'm really tired, I've not had a lot of sleep, and I've not like yesterday when I was feeling quite glamorous. I've got pissed wet through. Not a good advert for AF today, I'm afraid. I've distracted myself. And I sat on that sofa and I cried. I did a video to 1 year no beer, because I found them such, like I said yesterday, I didn't really like to do videos like that on my own page, because people get sick of hearing it, whereas I know everybody on 1 year no beer just get it, and that is why it's really important to stay involved with a group like this where everybody's trying to do the same thing. And I cried, and I was crying that much, literally I had snot hanging out my nose. I look like Claudia Schiffer now compared to what I did. Obviously I don't, but what I did when I was crying, and I just had no shame. I was crying my head off, and I was shocked. And what came out in that video, I didn't even realise I was feeling it until I was crying and telling everybody how sad I was, is that, God, I'm going to get upset now thinking about it. And it's one of my biggest alcohol-free wins. And you don't get this when you just do 30 days. Even when you just do 90, I don't think you get it. You get massive health benefits and you get to see, but it's when you do it for a longer period of time. And what transpired and what came out in that video was I'd had 8 months, the last 8 months of him being in the sixth form, I had been completely present at home. I'd spent hours when he was doing his homework. I'd go and sit, because he helped me with my Facebook stuff and all my social media stuff for my business. you know, doing videos and YouTube, and I'd sit just on his beanbag by his desk and I'd ask him the odd question, he'd just show me and I'd do it. And sometimes we'd just sit in silence, but it was lovely. Now, rewind the year before that, come 4 o'clock, I'd be on the wine. And, you know, he'd go to bed and I'd go in at night and check on him, he'd be asleep. You know, and after the gift I'd given myself because the sun's come out, because I wasn't drinking, because I've been so present with him for those 8 months, 9 months of being there. That has been my biggest alcohol-free win, and I hadn't even realised it until I sat crying to them all, to one you know beer on this page after he'd left for uni. And it's wins like that are so worth just 5 minutes of wanting to get shit-faced, 5 minutes of going out and seeing everybody starting to get that first drink and that expectancy of a good night, and you're thinking, oh fuck, I'm not drinking. Well, suck it up, because it's just worth everything. It is so worth it, and you've only got to do it for the time to see that it's worth it. And I totally understand what it's like to be in your first week, your first month, and you don't have that experience under your belt. All you have is other people saying it, and you want to believe them, but you don't, because you've not experienced it yourself. So give yourself that gift. I know it's my biggest cliche saying on this. Give yourself that gift of time, of experiencing, and to experience those highs, you've got to experience the lows of wanting, of missing it, of fear of missing out and all that stuff. But please just stick with it. If you're coming up to a weekend, if you're wavering, it's Rugby Six Nations starts next week, is it? And that's always a trigger for me, but I'm a year in. Come on, England. On the peppermint bloody tea. Used to have about 5 pints when I watched a rugby match, because I'm a dead hard northerner. Pints aside, and then I go on to wine. So anyway, I'll just share that one with you. It's my proudest realisation of being alcohol-free. 8 months of presentness, not just with my son, but my daughter as well, that I'm enjoying massively now. So look out for the unexpected ones, and they'll come and bite you on the bum, just like the bad days do. All right then, I'll see you tomorrow with another, it could be an upper or a downer, I don't know yet. Bye.